An important concept when trying to improve in Rocket League is to effectively analyze your replays, pinpoint mistakes, and fix them. One way of analysis is to look at consistent mechanical mistakes and build a routine around them. Most of the time, your mistakes are quite obvious and you'll notice them in game. For example, you get beat to every aerial you go for, or most of your dribbles fail. But sometimes they can be a little bit more subtle, and it might be worthwhile to write those mistakes down and practice them. Now, the most beneficial part of analyzing replays is to improve your game sense in things like rotation, positioning, and decision making. Finding your own flaws isn't that obvious because you are the student as well as the teacher. And how are you going to teach a class a concept if you're still trying to understand the concept yourself? Normally, you should have the perspective of a higher level player that has a better sense of the game and that can point out your mistakes that you might not even notice yourself. Now, this isn't always possible, so that's why I'm going to try and explain to you what to look for in your own replays game sense wise. The first thing you want to look at is your movement. How is your momentum? How are your recoveries? Are you utilizing boost lanes, small pads? How is your boost management in general? These are all important factors that are overlooked way too much when playing the game. And these small things are what make higher level players so much faster than the average Rocket League player. The second thing you want to look at is why you get scored on. Fast forward to your conceded goals. Watch, pause, and think about what you could have done differently before, during and after the play to avoid the goal and put your team in a better position. For example, clearing the ball towards your corner instead of the center of the field, or to not rotate under the ball to get that big boost and in doing so hinder your teammates from challenging. When playing against noticeably better opponents or smurfs, this is a unique opportunity to watch from their perspective to see what they're doing well that you're not. Also, watching from your opponent's perspective gives you an insight in your own playstyle and why you might be predictable from time to time. Now, really important is rotation and positioning. Here it can be useful to watch from a top-down perspective. It will become very clear if you leave too much or too little space between you and your teammates. If you're serious about improving in this game, you'll probably already have a pretty big list up to now. If not, it might be helpful to watch multiple replays and find patterns in your playstyle that don't benefit you or your team. Now that you have an idea of what you want to look for, you need to come up with some drills on how to improve on these things. And luckily, in this day and age of Rocket League, there are many good content creators out there who have done this for you. On this channel, I do my best to give practice tips and routines, so consider subscribing if this is of interest to you. Analyzing replays is an important part in the equation to rank up. So to summarize, here's what you want to look for. You want to look for your mechanical mistakes, your movement around the field, your decision making, and finally, your rotation and positioning. I hope this video was somewhat helpful to you and that you can utilize this information to analyze your replays and get that rank you deserve.